Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today, and today we're going to be talking about why the Houston Rockets are going to shock the entire NBA next season. I know the Rockets already kind of pulled this off last season when the Rockets went from a 15th seed being 22-60 all the way to the 11th seed in the Western Conference, kind of making some noise to potentially make it to the play-in, getting the most wins ever as an 11th seed in the Western Eastern Conference in NBA history at 41 wins. No team has ever gotten that many wins as an 11 seed, going 41-41, and made a 19-win improvement. I didn't think that I would be saying that the Rockets would shock the NBA again after what they did last season because, as a Rockets fan who knew the Rockets were going to do better than people were saying, because I remember I was saying after the moves that the Rockets made last offseason, the Rockets are going to be a lot better than people are thinking. The Rockets are going to, after winning only 22 games last year, the Rockets are going to win around 30 to 37 wins was my area. And I kind of thought in my head that the Rockets would probably get 33 to 35 wins. So the Rockets definitely overseeded my expectations because they reached 41. But when I would say, okay, I think the Rockets are going to get 30 to 37 wins, most likely I think they'll get 33 to 35. A lot of people were telling me that they were going to suck and that they were going to be the 15th or 14th seed in the Western Conference again. And I think a lot of people told me they were going to only win 25, 27 games. So a lot of people underestimated the Rockets last season. And I'm not going to say people are underestimating the Rockets again this season, because I think after last season, people know the Rockets are a good team. And most likely that wasn't a fluke, especially when they haven't lost. Look, if you look at their roster, they haven't lost anybody. Everybody that was on the roster last year stayed. And they've actually added pieces like Reed Sheppard, and not just Reed Sheppard, but AJ Griffin as well. They've improved their defense. They've improved their three-point shooting. And with a team like the Rockets, when you have a bunch of young guys on your team, You don't even have to make any additions to the roster, and the roster most likely is going to be improved. But I also want to mention the Rockets are basically making an addition because, look, I know people will say, oh, they were already on the roster. But in my opinion, Tari Eason and Steven Adams, guys like those two guys, are additions to this team. Tari Eason barely played in the 2023-24 season. Yes, was Steven Adams traded for at the trade deadline, and he was with the Rockets from February all the way to the end of the season. But did he play a game for the Rockets? Nope. He's going to be the backup center. He's a great backup center to have. So with having Steven Adams and Tari Eason healthy and ready to go to start the season, adding in Reed Sheppard, adding in AJ Griffin, this is a deep team. This is a very deep team for the Rockets that they have, and they're gonna be a great team this year. So like I said, healthy Tari, healthy Steven, adding in Reed Sheppard, and also, not only that, but also, bringing in AJ Griffin. This Rockets team is going to be even better. And look at the other young guys that were playing on this team last year. They're gonna be more improved when you have young guys on your roster like Jabari Smith Jr., Alperen Sengun, Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, Cam Whitmore. Sorry if I missed anybody. I mean, obviously Tari Eason as well, but he obviously didn't play much last season. But the six main guys that I just mentioned, they're gonna get better. They're gonna get better. We saw, most of the guys like Jalen, obviously Cam and Amen were rookies, so they don't count. But we saw all four, Jabari, Sengun, Jalen Green, and even the limited time we saw Tari Eason, all four of those guys looked better than they did the season before. I am positive we will see the same thing with Amen Thompson and Cam Whitmore going into their second years. And I think we will see the same thing with Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun going into year 4. And the same thing for Jabari Smith Jr. and Tari Eason going into year 3. So I think right now, my prediction for this Rockets team, which I believe would surprise some people, and that's why I say shock the entire NBA, is because right now I see the Rockets being and I think being healthy is a big if. If healthy, I see this Houston Rockets team being the 8th to 6th seed. I think most likely the 8th or 7th seed, but I think the Rockets do have potential to potentially be the 6th seed in the Western Conference if they stay healthy and they develop right. Their young players develop how they should and how they've been doing in the last couple years. So if if those two things happen, which I think are pretty good chance that those things happen. And when I say stay healthy, I'm mainly talking about Tari Eason and Steven Adams. And I have a lot of confidence in those two guys staying healthy. Now, the rest of the team, I don't know what's going to happen with the rest of the team. We'll see what happens with the rest of the team. I'm more concerned about those two guys who had injury problems last year. I think if those two guys and the rest of the team can stay healthy, and the guys I was talking about, like Şengün, Jalen, Jabari, and Cam and Amin, Tari taking the right jumps, going into whether it's year 2, year 3, or year 4, all different for those 6 guys. This Rockets team, in my opinion, will be the 6th to 8th seed. And I've been seeing Western Conference, always, even when you see the offseason going on, there's always a bunch of predictions. And I've been seeing a lot of different predictions for this Rockets team. I've been seeing a lot of people saying the Rockets are going to finish the 10 seed. I've been seeing a lot of 9 seed. I've been seeing the Rockets a lot at the 9 seed. I've even seen a couple at the 11, which has upset me a tiny bit, to be honest. I've seen, I think, 1 or 2 at the 8 seed. On TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, always see a lot of Western Conference and Eastern Conference standings predictions, even though there's still a lot of offseason left to go. But right now, I think the Rockets could be an 8 or 7 seed, or potentially 6, if they can reach all the way to the top, which is possible. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out. Go Rockets.